Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. Happy Friday to you guys. It's February 25th, 2011. Here's your live Twitter recap. We finished off a great week here, a short week of course. We had that holiday President's Day on Monday, so we had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the room this week. And boy, what a great week. We spent a lot of time this week giving our guests and our members the exact entries, stops, and targets so you guys could make money right along with me this week. So it was a great experience this week, right? I had some fun. I know you guys made some money with me. So what happened today? Well, Friday morning. So what do we always know about a Friday morning? We always get a little bit early close, right? Monday mornings are late open, right? Friday mornings are early close. The same reason why you and I want to get out of here and have some fun this weekend is the same reason why we have an early close on Friday mornings. Now this Friday though, we had two important news events, 8:30 and 9:55. We had the very important GDP, which came out pretty much flat, and then we had consumer confidence, which came out a little bit higher than expected. Now we speculated this morning by saying that at 10 o'clock, if we didn't have a lot of speed after that 10 o'clock news, consumer sentiment, we had to really watch the time because the time was going to be, of course, ticking away as we got later and later into a Friday morning. So we started the day by being very well aware it's a Friday morning and we may have to finish things up a little bit earlier today because with news at 9:55, and again, it was a really active week, and that was one of the reasons why we talked about this morning was because we had, gold and crude really moving quite a bit this week, right? Crude being the big mover this week. So we assumed that the end of the morning would come and crude oil would be so exhausted from all the moves this week that we had to be careful not to get over trading crude too late this morning. All right, guys, so that was what we thought this morning. Now we get a bunch of opportunities to trade in a very small, narrow trading range on crude today. Today was a great example of how the market doesn't have to give you very much for us to make some pretty good profit. All right, we stayed patient. We waited for the patterns to come. We didn't let our emotions trade for us. So early close on Friday. After about 10 o'clock, 10:30, we really started seeing things slow down. And then we took two trades at the end of the morning. Both were fast track winners as well, where we sold overhead resistance. We did a great job today. Once we got through 10 o'clock, we slowed down. We devised a plan of attack. I'm going to buy here, I'm going to sell here, and then we let the market come to us. And it was great because the last two fast track winners we got on the crude today were exact examples of what we were planning on doing. Right? So rather than letting the market move us around, we said we're going to be comfortable buying here and selling there. And that's exactly what we did. We simply waited for price to come in, right? Waited for price to come to us. Price jumped up. We sold the highs. It was a great example today of how we gave you guys, again, we gave you exact entries, exact stop, exact targets, and it really made everyone in the room profitable today. And of course, if you were a guest this morning, you made money too with me. Didn't have to know anything else about our method, right? I told you where to get in, where to get out, where to take your profit, and all you had to do was get in with me. All right, guys, so congratulations to the members out there. Of course, the guests who came in today, made money with us today, guys. Great day. Finished up a great week. Now, let's see how we did here. 2, 4, 5 trades. Now, I took 5 trades on our advanced method. Now, the advanced method, right, tape reading, speed, right, getting in, then scaling out, managing a runner. All right, so there's going to be more advanced strategies in our advanced method. And you can see here, the advanced method made twice as much as the fast track method did. Now I gave all the guests and the members this morning the exact entry for each one of these fast track trades. And you can see nothing but winners on the advanced method, right? 126 ticks out of the advanced method. And then the fast track method, again, this is one contract here. You can see 8 total trades, 8 total trades, 7 winners, 1 loss. You can see that lonely old loss there on gold. We got caught up in the open of the day there on gold at 8:30. So 1 loss on the fast track, right? 7 winners, and that of course you'll lose 10 for the loss, right? You'll make 10 for the winners, and we make 60 ticks or 600 USD per contract, of course, on the fast track. Now that brings our weekly total here now to $6,400. Only traded 3 days this week. And of course, we got our monthly total here at 32,000. So as you can see, one more day left in the month. We got next Monday, the 28th. It's a short month of February. And we've already matched, right, that short month of January, right? We took the first week in January off and we had 31,000 in January. So we've had a great year so far, right? 30,000 in January, 32,000 here in February. And don't forget, whether you're a guest or a member, right, come out and join us as a guest. On Monday morning, I'm going to give you guys all the entry you need. All you have to do is show up and trade along with me. Now, why do I do that? I do that for two reasons. The first reason is that I know as a guest, I'm going to prove to you this method works. And I'll prove it to you on your dome, right? That way you're making money on your end without knowing anything at all about the method. But remember, our members are going to be trained on this, and then this is going to reinforce that training in our trade room. So the real reason why I do this, the real reason why I call out those exact entries, exact stop, and exact target, is because yesterday we spent 3 hours training our members on this fast track method. And then today I come in and demonstrate what we trained about, reinforcing that method, and our members made a killing today with it, right? So all that hard work pays off, and I give our members and our guests, again, those exact entries, stops, and targets, so you can make money with us, right, as a guest or as a member. All right, now let's check the dollar route. The dollar is where I begin every day, right? I always start in the dollar. And we put this chart on our morning prep this morning, guys. If you missed the morning prep, you missed a lot. Here's my dollar index. Now, the dollar index, the first thing we notice is we have major support here at 77. Now, if you're looking at this going, is this the same thing we had yesterday? Yeah, right? It looks very similar. Now, the dollar, we were expecting one of two things to happen. Either the dollar would keep dropping, and if, of course, that happens, we're going to want to buy at support, right, on crude, on gold, on euro. If the dollar then bounced back up, right, off that support, we'd then be looking to sell, right, sell at resistance, right, on gold, crude, euro, Russell, pretty much anything else you want to trade. One problem, though. The dollar, right, didn't do very much. It just kind of sat right here, right, at that 77. So the dollar doesn't go anywhere. That's what resulted in gold not going anywhere today, the crude having a narrow trading range. Okay, so my dollar, initially we identified that 77 even, and we really did a good job at anticipating what could possibly happen. If the dollar drops, I then want to be a buyer. If the dollar rises back up, I want to be a seller. In fact, we talked about the dollar on the euro today. When we started seeing dollar buyers at 77 even, the euro was at the high of its range, and we talked about how one of the swing trades sell the highs on the euro for a nice winner there this morning on the euro. All right, guys, so we use that dollar with any market that moves. I like using it with the euro, right, Aussie, gold, crude, Russell, right, pretty much anything that's moving, anything liquid. All right, guys, the dollar will have a great correlation with. So that was the first thing we saw in the dollar today. Didn't move very much in the dollar, but that was what we were looking at, right, first thing this morning. Now let's grab a look at crude. Now, crude, as you guys know, this is the big move of the week, right? News out of Libya, right? Saudi Arabia telling us yesterday they'll take care of all the lack of supply, right? They'll provide the supply to make up for Libya. So we're seeing a lot of news chatter, right? A lot of concerns about supply and demand on crude oil this morning, which of course was happening all week, and it was making for some pretty fun price action on crude. Now, right away here, guys, right away, as you guys can see here, we've got a couple things. The most important thing, though, right away this morning was this price wedge. And so when the price wedge is there, we know, first of all, we got to break out of the price wedge. And we did that pretty quickly here, about 9 o'clock. Broke out of the price wedge. Now, of course, I'm not going to sell the lows. I'm going to wait for new lows to get made, wait for momentum to confirm, and I'll sell a retracement.